What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Black Adam. Okay, so we all want to go see it. I knew going in this that there was going to be about, because out of all of us here, I'm the biggest Shazam fan here. Or, which I could probably say the only Shazam fan. That's fine. So, I got the statues, I got the comics, I got also like that. And when you read a lot of Shazam or Captain Marvel, you automatically read a lot of Black Adam. Because that is his Joker. That is his Lex Luthor. That is Shazam's main villain. So, that's who Black Adam is. You can't tell a Shazam story without talking about Black Adam. Somewhere, even if you read the Jeff Johns run of the New 52, that Black Adam is in that story. They just replaced him with Dr. Savannah in the first one, knowing that he's going to come up. But it's a short, quick read, but it's a nice read, though. So going in, and I was like, okay, this project has been built up for a lot. The director paid for my movie ticket because he admitted his defeat, which was great to me. And I was like, oh, thank you for that, man. So I greatly appreciate that.
You should have contacted him to see what he had to say about
it. I did contact him to see what he had to say. I actually have what he has documented. I was going to read it out.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, that's the reason why he ain't on.
But if he got his words, that's just as good.
I'll just say, look, he already started off wrong because the movie has been made. So what we're going to do is, this is a spoiler review. Okay, I will be doing a spoiler or spoiler-free review, so you guys can go check that out. But it's a spoiler review, all types of spoilers, even though they kind of like already kind of spoiled us 2 weeks before the movie even came out.
No, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoiled us.
Yes.
I was like, who gonna tell him no though?
Yeah, but that's
be like,
he does that for all of his movies though, because he even did that for DC Super Pets. Even though it's more for kids, he was like, "Oh, we got Black Adam coming in this movie." I'm like, all right.
It's like, who's going to tell him no? I'm not. I'm not going to step up to him. Hey, yo, you can't be saying that. Why? You know, maybe you can.
Well, so, but I was coming here. I was trying to build mine. Now, I was glad that my wife came with me because she's a casual fan. I'm not knowing if she knows more about Lord Shazam or Black Adam. She came in there kind of like, just open minded. I don't know where the level of prime and swagger at when it comes.
Extremely casual.
Okay.
Not extremely. Well,
and Prime, you the same way? I'm guessing.
I know a little bit, but I don't know like the basics. Like obviously, Shazam is not as prominent as other superheroes, so
yeah,
I don't know the ins and outs, but I know enough.
Okay, enough to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so now quick overall. I'm gonna start with you, Swag. Overall, the movie. Then we're gonna go into different things of different things and how we liked, didn't like, and stuff like that. Also, so Swag, I'll start with you.
All right. Overall, I was like, oh, it's a movie. It has that. It has the. It had those superhero tropes that I was like, okay, I expected this to happen. Now I'll get into it later on, but I did have a problem. I had I would say 2 main problems with it. But overall, it was definitely enjoyable. Without a doubt, it was definitely enjoyable. It's one of those summertime superhero films.
They came out in October.
Absolutely.
Right. And I was like, you know what? It was really basic. It was very basic. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad that it was basic and not trying to do something brand new. So, yeah, other than I enjoyed it. It was a movie. That's all I can really say.
It was a movie is sending me, okay? It was a movie. I'm sorry.
How about you, Prime?
Well, it was a movie, and no, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I think half of what this movie it's a superhero movie. It accomplished that, meaning the action is what people, casual fans, want action. Because this is not a movie that everybody, obviously people don't know Black Adam like that. So to keep their attention, you do action to help them be like, oh, you can almost trick people into it being a good movie if there's enough action in it. And I think that's what Black Adam is. It's like, since people don't really know the story, we just give them action and then just, fill in the parts with whatever. But action is on point. So I would give it that. And it was a movie.
It was.
Lay sketch.
100%.
I'm going to tell you, I have two different perceptions of this movie.
Okay.
As a casual fan, just going in, I have to agree, like, oh, it was a movie. I understand what that means. Yeah. Like, okay, cool, whatever. I went in here with no expectations, so it's not like it could have disappointed me. It's not the most horrible movie I've seen this year or that I've seen ever, because folks is really giving it flack. Mm-hmm. But it's not that bad. It kind of falls middle of the road for me, like, after sitting with it at first watch.
Yeah.
Finding out more about the character makes me like the movie less.
Damn. That's crazy.
So, I mean, I'm sure this is just the overview, so we can discuss that as we get into the review. But, yeah.
Okay. Well, going in, I was just like, this is exactly what I expected Dwayne to do when I went in there.
See, because you know more.
And I was just like, okay, how do I handle my emotions here? Because, like I said, this is coming from somebody who really loved the Shazam movie, the first one. Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited for the second one. And I still not understanding what all the delay is for. And I think I understand why now. Yeah. So, and I was just like, okay, I enjoyed the movie, but in the same breath, there was a part of me that hated the movie. And I only say that is because I was fighting myself. It was like this. The thing in me that was like, yeah, you hate this movie. I'm like, but can you tell me why? And I'm like, yeah, I can tell you why, but is this really worth the hate, or are you just being biased because of the lore? And I'm like, that's probably what it is. Because I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed the characters. I laughed. Like, I legit laughed. And it wasn't forced comedy to me. Because, trust me, we have seen superhero movies with forced comedy, okay? Mm-hmm. And forced it doesn't need to be in there. But I was just like, I can see Dwayne doing this. And I was just like, I don't know how moving forward this is going to work. So, why don't we just start off as it is, and we'll just start off with Black Adam, played by Dwayne Johnson. God. How did he do it? Now, the way I figured doing this is I'm going to bring up, I have different sections of plot points to talk about. And within those plot points and everything like that, we could talk about the good and the bad that we like about that. Okay. Is that fair to y'all?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson. So, first of all, the thing I'll start off real quick. The things I liked about it is the man got the part. He got the look.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
He got it.
Because the last time we seen Black Adam really do much of anything was Injustice 2, and I kept having to hear it swear, talk about something he run the bodega. Okay, and that's and I was just like, you guys.
I don't remember saying that.
You don't remember saying that? Oh my god,
I do.
I'm sure you did though.
So
I feel like I found out what bodega meant like 2 years ago.
So I was just like,
maybe that's why you were saying it.
So, and I was just like, okay, but I was like, he got the look, he got the part. And then I was just like, he's doing all Black Adam type stuff. When he comes out there in the beginning, he's straight badass. And this man he kills. Okay, he does not care.
Capital K.
It's just like
kills folks.
Anybody who had a problem with the Man of Steel violence, then don't watch this movie. Because people are dying. I'm not talking about they're like, oh, he died off screen or he Captain America died. No, he is
Not Captain America.
You know what I'm saying? This man is burning limbs and tossing people. Like, these people are having very traumatic
deaths.
Traumatic deaths. And I'm just like, he holds nothing back. And he don't get no better as the movie get on.
Now, for that, I know you said Man of Steel. I think with Man of Steel is like, it's Superman.
What's it, Superman?
Yeah.
With this is like, okay, we know this is a villain.
Yes.
So,
or do we?
Kill.
I don't think we do. I think that people did, because from what I knew,
yeah,
I think that was my confusion when I first went in. All I knew about Black Adam was that he was a villain in the Shazam universe kind of thing.
Right.
That's all I knew. So I was confused.
Right.
Thoroughly.
Yeah. No, a lot of casual people probably don't know that he's a villain for sure.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this.
I mean, he's a pure asshole villain too. Yeah, like,
I mean, he ain't Reverse Flash like petty asshole, but he's from what I know, he's pretty like, yeah, you're fucked up. I'll say this. I think DC covered the anti-hero better than Sony does.
I knew that was coming. But I agree with you. I agree with you.
This way better than Sony does. Because they actually made it make sense to why. And are we allowed to go a tad bit into the story? Strictly just for Black Adam?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. One thing I really liked in this movie was somewhat of the little pinch of social commentary that they had. Where it was like,
it wasn't a pinch.
We had it was a pinch because they just left it after that. After the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, where did it go? It was like, Justice Society, we have been enslaved for so long, and y'all didn't even look in our direction. Now we got a hero over here on our side that's fighting for us. If they gonna die, let him die. We don't care. He's protecting us. Like, all right, but that's bad, y'all. I'm like, we don't care. He is helping us. And I was like, I like this. This is why I feel like an anti-hero should be. Not someone that's like PG in it, like they doing in Sony.
Yeah, like Venom. You can go ahead and say it.
Yeah, like Venom. Also, now, when it comes to the Dwayne, yes, he got the look down. The thing I think it's weird, you've been in there for almost 15,000 years, or how long? How do you not have an accent?
Because it's Dwayne. He said, I'm not doing no accent.
I don't do accents.
I was like, Dwayne, what happened to your accent?
I do if you smell what the rock is cooking.
I'm surprised we didn't get an eyebrow in this movie. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? We did not.
Close to it. And so I like that. I mean, is it redundant, the fish out of water story? It is.
I'm sick of it.
I am too.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it.
I mean, we see it all the time. But I say they did have some comical ways of doing it.
I'm sick of it.
Ahead. I agree with you. But however, this is one thing me and Prime agreed on. I get why he was there, but I really felt as though the boy, whatever his name is, did not need to be in this movie at all.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
I was
trying to get there.
Okay.
Oh,
it's another trope. Think about it.
Oh,
it's always some kid who's just like, hey, buddy, I know you haven't been around for X amount of years, but this is what the world looks like now. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. There was so many times in this movie
just like Dave.
Me and Mr. Annie looked at each other and was just like, it's our son. Doing stupid teenage shit. It's our son. I was so mad.
And you know what also bothered me about that a lot is because this character we have already in the same universe in Shazam. Mm-hmm. This is Freddie Freeman, but he's just
worse.
Huh?
Just worse.
It's just worse. It's just that he's the one that's over in Conda. It's just the Freddie Freeman over in Conda because it's the same thing. He's a huge superhero fan. He follows everything from the Justice League and all that stuff like that to the point where, because they're looking for the hero, and I was like, now they have their hero. I was just like, he was not needed. The whole Hove, saying it's the Rock, Encore,
not it's the Rock.
All that stuff. That was just supposed to be their Wakanda forever.
It definitely was.
To to the point where I was just like not feeling it. Like I said, we can go into the pros and cons about the things we talk about with the Black Adam, and I was like, that whole, you know, the fish out of water thing, I felt as though was not necessarily necessary, to be honest with you. And then on top of that, because we're still dealing with Black Adam here, is they changed the story.
I knew that was coming, and
that's what I said. I knew the way, but I was like, oh, okay.
That's exactly how I reacted. I was like, sure.
Sure. Not sure.
Okay.
I was sitting here going like, I was like, y'all are making this version of Black Adam like I actually want to go shake this man's hand. You're supposed to hate Black Adam.
That's why I was so confused. I was deeply confused for the first part of the movie. When he first came back, I was like, all right, he finna start kicking people's ass. Then when he saved the lady,
yeah,
I was like, okay, all right, maybe it was an accident.
When he saved that lady, I was just like, shit. Damn it, this is no Dwayne. Why? Because off the beginning, look, Lady Sketch has this theory like, Dwayne's like, I can't be a villain.
I don't think he wants to be a villain.
Even though The Rock in wrestling has played great villains. Okay, I'm just saying, but he just does. It's like in his.
He wants to be a badass.
I think him being in control of his like narrative in Hollywood means that he doesn't play a villain.
Yeah.
I really think that.
Whoa! We don't say those type of words here, man. You don't use those 3 words in the same sentence.
My bad. Yeah. My bad, Braun. Don't come for me.
Yeah.
Even though he probably dissolved that LLC already.
Yeah. But no, I was like, damn it, we're changing the origin story here, and not only did they change the original origin story, they changed the New 52 origin story in the same movie. And I said, how y'all take 2 origin stories and then both say, fuck you, we doing it this way?
Yeah, because I was like, from what I remember in Shazam, they told us something a little bit different.
So, because for those who don't know, just to give y'all, you know, the little summary, he was the original champion that was selected that had the powers of Shazam. Mm-hmm. Since he's Egyptian, he has the acronyms of Egyptian gods.
Let's go look it up. I'm going to go look it up.
Yeah, where Shazam has the acronyms of Greek gods. Okay, and then he wanted to be the ruler of conduct. So basically, you got an enslaved person wants to enslave other people. Mm-hmm. And when it has that power, to find out that he was not worthy of that power, and then the wizard wanted to take that power away. He didn't want to get that power back. Okay? That's not what we have here. Then in the New 52, the whole thing about his son and everything is really his nephew. Mm-hmm. And whereas his son gave him the power to save him, and then his son dies, in the New 52, Black Adam just kills his nephew to take that power.
Okay, I see it. So it is the Shazam does spell out different Egyptian gods.
Exactly.
Shu, Horus, Amun, Zehuti, Aten, and Mehen. Those are the gods. He possesses their abilities.
Exactly. Those are the origin stories from Black Adam, and they changed the whole thing. And both of them was more so because they gave his son the original storyline. They even showed him because he had like the ears. He had the little widow's peak that Black Adam has up there in the statue right there. Mm-hmm. When you see the silhouette of him, but he was there because they felt as though they needed a hero, and he was rewarded to become their hero. Mm-hmm. And then when he wanted to save his father, they went right in the New 52 and said, "I'm going to sacrifice because you're dying, Dad, and you can take the power." And I'm like, oh, by the way, for those who don't know, the one that played his son in Black Adam is the one who played his son in Young Rock.
No, he plays himself. He plays The Rock.
He plays The Rock in
the oldest version of The Rock in Young Rock.
For those who don't watch the show, because me and Lady Sketch watch the show.
The older version, like the one that's actually in the ring now, or
the one that's in the ring now.
The one that is playing adult Dwayne.
He was like, "You got a job."
Pretty much.
Well, season 3 about to come back anyway, so November 4th. So they doing this thing. So yeah, that's what that's why I was like one day I was just like, it's having a tough pill for me to swallow, because the whole purpose of the whole fight between Shazam and Black Adam is Black Adam feels as though that he possesses the power of the champion, and nobody else on this planet should be as strong as him. Then here comes Billy Batson who gets this power, and not only that, he gives it to a child. He feels that he should be the only one. That is what causes the conflict. They don't have this conflict now.
No.
So I don't know how this is going to go. You see what I'm saying?
He has a soft spot, obviously.
Exactly. Especially for children. So I'm like, I got curious to see how this stuff is going to go. But now, moving on from Black Adam, I want to go into.
Hold up.
Okay.
Are we done with Black Adam?
Well, no. If you got something to say, we can keep talking about Black Adam.
All right. I have some news that might be breaking news. I don't know if I should say it. I mean, I don't know if we should.
Sure. We talk about spoilers here.
But it has nothing to do with Black Adam. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Does that something to do with DC?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
James Gunn is now the Kevin Feige of DC.
Oh shit.
Oh. Oh.
I ain't gonna lie, DC been a train. It's just been heads running through this country.
Exactly. Ain't no skirt left.
It says James Gunn and Peter Safran will run DC Studios as co-CEOs. James Gunn is on the creative side, and Safran is on like the business side.
Did they let Dwayne The Rock Johnson know? Because I hope they went through him to say this, because according to him, he said like he got all the Phase movies down pat. I'm like, all right, I guess it's your.
I mean, Black Adam was his company, partnered with DC.
Yeah. But he was talking like, this is the first Phase 1 of.
It could be. They could work with James Gunn. We don't know.
I mean, maybe they had already worked this out.
Yeah, like I said, because like this one Discovery thing is right. There has to be reasons why these other movies get delayed. So we'll see how when Shazam Fury the guys come out. I have a theory about that when we get closer into it. But the next thing I want to move on to is the JSA.
Oh.
Another soft spot. Because I have JSA comics over there. I'm looking at right now, and I'm just sitting there like, because when I heard the JSA was going to be, I was very excited. And I was just like, and then me and Prime was having like a little argument over the text message. Like we were saying each other paragraphs.
Oh God, y'all.
Because of how he felt as though that JSA is like the next big thing to go. I was like, stop. But
I said next big thing as in because nobody knows about it. That's what I'm saying. So you capitalize on
this did not help. This version of JSA, look, I love Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
He was my favorite character in the movie.
He was. Yeah. I'll say that.
Yeah, he was perfect. Eldridge Hodge's Hawkman.
Now we did.
Eldridge Hodge's Hawkman.
No, bro, we got to talk about this. All right.
It's all in the JSA section.
Stop right here.
Look,
okay.
It was the dialogue.
Thank you.
It's not his fault.
Because what did they have this man talking about? Okay. What was he talking about? And why was he going in? And why was he going? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to his credit, he sounds like how Hawkman sounds. The actual Hawkman sounds like the. I don't want to say Caucasian Hawkman, but you know, the lame.
You go ahead and say it.
The lame Hawkman would sound. You know, they didn't like boost up his coolness or whatever the case is for that.
I was like, bro, get this stick out your ass. He said, there's only good and evil. No, there is not. There is a lot of gray.
I'm like, bro. Also, you can't keep the. I know it's gonna sound wild, but you can't keep the characteristics of the original character and then change the whole like makeup of the character.
Thank you. I agree.
That don't work. Also, why was he going in and out of the Rachel Batman voice? What was going on? What was happening? Why would he have random moments where he was growling at people and then he was just talking regular?
Because he wanted to get a Johnny Gill on.
No.
I was like, bro, I seen you act. What are you doing? I seen you act.
I'm about to say, Eldridge Hodge is a good actor.
That's why I was happy to see him. Yeah. I was like, oh, I love to see Eldridge Hodge getting work. But what is this?
I was like, bruh, nah. I liked watching them, but I was like, bruh, nah. Real quick, What was that whole Dr. Fate thing? Because I was like, what? He could do that?
So wait, which doctor? Because he did a lot of things. Sort
at the end of the movie.
Oh, are you talking about
when he
that
broke him out?
Hawkman did at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
When he grabbed the helmet, and I was like, wait, he's able to do it?
So it's all about the position of the helmet.
Yeah.
Now honestly, they took some liberties here because the helmet decides
who has fate. Because they said that.
Exactly.
They did hint at that.
They said that, and I was like, huh?
I mean,
I guess he worthy.
They even did that in Smallville. Okay, so I was just like, and Dr. Fate is DC's Doctor Strange. That's what
obviously.
That is. Yeah, okay.
You could tell from the way, like from the moment he's out there, oh, he Doctor Strange. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that I was glad to see him in the movie, but I was like, but when we talk about Justice Society, my biggest thing was I did not like. Well, the things like I like Pierce Brosnan, I like Edris Hodge. The only the real thing, even though the dialogue of bad plans better than no plan at all type thing, the thing that really bothered me about him was for some reason that mask was not working for me.
The whole costume.
That shit looked.
I was like, why is John so goofy?
It looked really dumb. I was like, I understand when you see superhero movies, we wear some stupid shit like Loki's helmet is still stupid, but I love it because it's Loki. But I'm like, for some Hawkman's, I'm like, bro, this mask ain't working for me. Like, and you get your ass kicked with it too. And I'm just like, this not working. And then on top of that, I thought Adam Smasher and Dr. Fate looked the best, even though Adam Smasher is the nephew of the original Adam Smasher, who happens to be Henry Winkler. I'm like, really?
That was super random.
The man who keep missing a button on his button-up shirts when he be coming to Comic-Con.
You really gotta chill, bro. You really gotta chill. So, please do not be coming at the front like this.
I'm saying, and then they added Cyclone. I was just like, complete letdown. I was just like,
yeah, Adam Smasher and Cyclone didn't need to be in this movie.
Well, if you take them out, honestly, because Cyclone and Adam Smasher was taking the place of Green Lantern and the Flash, Alan Scott's Green Lantern and Jay Garrick's Flash. That's the Justice Society right there. That's what they were taking place of, and you do not want to give the first Green Lantern on screen, because I know the first Green Lantern they want to put in DCU is Hal Jordan. You don't want to make Alan Scott the first.
I would rather do the other one, to be honest with you. But
right. John Stewart.
Yeah,
absolutely. I thought you were talking about that Kyle Rayner bullshit. I'm about to say,
no.
You and the Q Flow army stay over there, because
no, I'm talking. Because it's just Aldous Hodge could have been the just because of the voice and you just got to be dope to do it.
Yeah, he don't got enough women problems to be Green Lantern.
First of all, you could put John Stewart's Green Lantern and Hawkman the same thing, but they still fight over Shire.
Oh yeah, they did.
You can't be doing that.
They did fight over her.
Yeah, they was both thirsty for that woman, for real. If y'all know what we're talking about, go watch Justice League Unlimited. They be Shire.
Yo, shut up.
The Bachelorette.
Hey, yo.
Hawkman and Green Lantern was going after Shire for that. But anyway, so they was like, well, why don't we? Because Adam Smasher was also part of the JSA also, but they put Cyclone in there because you can't have the Jay Garrick Flash and then Green Lantern and they get that kind of a side role. No, you can't do that. So you got to put some lesser JSA members in there to do that. But Cyclone was a complete waste. I like seeing the girl up in there is fine, but she was just a complete waste.
She was a waste, and they kept doing the Zack Snyder slow-mo for her scenes.
I was like, this makes it no more better.
I was like,
damn.
They was in the plane the whole movie, jumped out, did one trick. It was like, all right, we good? All right, earn my check.
Yeah,
I was like, y'all didn't need to be here at all.
You are absolutely right. They didn't need to. I felt as though they was just necessarily a waste, and I felt so Adam Smasher could even did more. Cause I like Adam Smasher. Okay, what I'm saying, but just him, being big ass giant man when he felt like it, and I was like, it's always the ones like, why do they keep giving these molecular, growing powers to these these juvenile people.
Goofy ass.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like Paul Rudd, and then and him, and they get all big, and they like, oh shit, I don't know what to do with it. You
Pretty
know,
much.
it's just like bring back what was the black guy they got killed? You know,
Goliath.
Yeah, Goliath. Bring him. Like, you didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, this does, or you know, I wonder what bring back, you know, bring Gigantic in. Like somebody don't know how to use these giant ass powers, type thing. But anyway, I felt as though them being reduced to a Amanda Waller hit team bothered the hell out of me.
Yeah, same.
I'm like it's the JSA. That is, you know, without them there is no Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the old school. Like even if Zack Snyder wanted to put them in there when they was having the Dark Side War back in the day, they would be there. They're older. They are more experienced. I was like, how they go out there and not know what to do? You don't call the JSA to do a job, and then if they can't do it, they call the Justice League. That's not how it works. And they are using Viola Davis and Amanda Waller, which I love, by the way, as DC's Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
down with that.
I'm down with that. They had the world building, but I'm just like, but for them to be like, we calling in the JSA to stop Black Adam, I'm like, wait, who? They don't answer to you. Talk to the Suicide Squad. That's what they do. Go over there and blow them up, and now you going like Hawkman. You listen to this shit? I'm like, bro, stop this. Cut the video off right now. Like, yo, we got better things to do. Like seriously, I was sitting there gripping the seat, like that was making my skin crawl. I was like, stop being biased. Just keep watching the movie. You know. Anybody else's thoughts on the JSA before we keep it moving?
Nope.
I just wanted them to have better dialogue to work with. That's it.
Yeah, the dialogue was pretty bad. I was like, come on.
Okay, well,
and it's like, why y'all playing with Pierce Brosnan like this? Like, y'all
exactly.
playing in this man's face. He's James Bond.
Okay. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan had bad dialogue, but his swag carried it.
I mean, he's him, so it works.
Yeah, exactly. It worked.
It's like, why
Whereas
y'all giving him?
I was like,
why y'all giving him this to work with?
Yeah.
The right wasn't that great, but Prime, just to put you on the spot and be curious, why in your personal opinion, why do you think the JSA will be the next thing and not the Justice League?
Because people don't know about it, so you kind of do whatever you want, just like Suicide Squad, just like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I agree with that. I'd rather them go with the Justice Society versus Justice League.
Yeah, see, it's like it's not as known, so it's like if you get a team that's always as known, then it's going to be like, well, why didn't they do this? Even though JSA is known, but you can do more creative stuff with it rather than just doing the same main storyline over and over with Justice League or whatever the case is.
Especially with the history that DC got, it's good just to get like a fresh slate.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, I agree. I'm just like, but unless y'all bring in Alan Scott and Jay Garrett in there, because we already killed off Dr. Fate.
Yeah, because like, bro, he didn't even get a full.
Well, I mean,
movie.
if you're gonna connect them, you can kind of do whatever you want in a sense, right? You know.
I mean, yeah, but Dr. Fate was reduced. Like he was powered down a lot in this movie. Dr. Fate can do some crazy shit. Okay,
I will say, you know, nobody thought Peacemaker was gonna be one of the best shows DC has ever. Anything DC.
He said ever.
So I'm saying, like, you could just think about them doing that, but like for JS, like that's the only reason I was thinking. I was like, eventually James Gunn or somebody is going to have to do something because of how unknown they are. That will make them bigger than what they are. You know?
Yep.
So that was my only reasoning.
No, I mean I understand that. Also, let's go into this one that me and Lady Sketch pointed out. This was Dwayne Johnson's Black Panther. This was his version of, I'm going to have a big cultural movie, superhero movie over in the DC like Black Panther. I mean, it ain't hit like Black Panther, trust me. But what I'm saying is that this was his version of that. Cause
this was North African Black Panther.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, it felt like.
It did, but it was just, I think that's why he didn't really want to go completely left with the villain. motif, it still feels weird to make him an anti-hero though. And then, but still be like, all right, you an anti-hero, but you gotta make sure that nothing happens to all these people here. I'm like, okay, I don't know. It just seems,
I could have gotten that. There was one thing Dwayne did that pissed me off. Okay.
Okay. What was
and
it?
it's gonna make me sound like an asshole.
Oh,
it really
God.
is. But I was like, the one redeeming thing you could have had for this movie is when he sat on the throne and he did the Black Adam pose.
And he did it. Yeah.
And I was just like this. I was like, all right, he may be an anti-hero, but he gonna rule these people.
That's why I was confused
And then,
when he did.
And he's like, how's he feel? He said, wrong. And I said, what? Wait, what you doing? I was like, really?
That was like handing you all this money and then taking it away as soon as you touch it.
No. I would say my feeling was like Dwayne gave me $1 million in my hand and he said, let me take 900 and some thousand back for taxes, right? And left me with like $100 in my hand. That's what it felt like.
Wow.
That's what it felt. I was like, why would you? Because see, when you destroyed that throne, that's the Black Adam throne. He did the whole pose and everything. That's what he rules over.
Yeah.
And now he's like, well, I'm not going to rule these people.
Well, that was to tell you, that right there was to signify this is the death of what you thought Black Adam was going to be.
Yeah, he killed it.
If you thought you were coming in here to see a villain origin story movie, then you are sorely mistaken.
But it didn't necessarily have to be a village of pure. I mean, how do I say? If he wanted to change some things, that's fine. Like I said, even if he sat there and was just like, I'm going to rule over these people. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What was they going to say? No?
Exactly. Because he already has them in the palm of his hand because they are looking for it. And sending Swag brought up, it was like, hey, the Justice Society, y'all been overlooking us.
Exactly.
And then now we finally got some of the champion. You don't try to take that away? No. Get out. Y'all get the stuff in.
That was the best part, I think the most honest part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, that's true. How many times do people say that? Anybody who is in a marginalized or oppressed community where it's like, oh no, don't come looking over here now because X, Y, and Z has been happening and y'all ain't give a shit. And then it was just like, okay. And I'm like, it doesn't work when you saying it to Aldous Hodge as Hawkman.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's like, bruh, your folks was in here building pyramids and statues and mining eternium. Great value vibranium.
Yeah, I was like,
they was in here too, bro. What you doing? It don't make sense. There were things in this movie that just didn't make sense to me, even as a casual viewer.
Yeah.
I was just like, some of the humor, even though it was like, it wasn't forced like you said. I did laugh, but it was just like, it still feels out of place. Like, what are we doing? Are we laughing? Are we crying? Are we mad? Are we happy? Like, it felt like it's a myriad of emotions we could be here. I still don't know which one I'm supposed to be.
Oh, I'll tell you for out of place. Sabak.
Oh my God. Also, y'all stop making predictable villains. All right. Can I get I don't need
Jafar cannot catch a break. I'm telling you.
Who? What happened?
That's the guy who played Jafar from Aladdin.
Oh, Jafar.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else. I was like, what?
And I said, Jafar can't catch a break. Every thing and I'm just like, he turned to this big, goofy ass son bitch and
that was a goofy looking devil.
And I was sitting there, it had its moments. I was like, that is the devil. But, But I was like, I was sitting there watching. I was like, why are we doing Sabak? Why? And I was like, because he is like, his acronym is all devil type or demon type. He has like Satan. He has Beelzebub and something else that goes.
Beelzebub.
Yeah, but
who is Beelzebub?
I don't know all.
I still have the Black Adam thing pulled up. So I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, all I know is Satan and Beelzebub. What was you saying, Swag?
So about that part, I had the same problem that I had with Wonder Woman that y'all all grilled me about, but I still stand on it.
I have no problem taking this L. Go ahead.
That last act was messy. It was just a CGI fest, and I was like,
You talking about
why isn't
the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm about to say.
God.
Okay, because you are right about that, but I did this.
Because I remember I came out the theater, I was like, that last act was a bit messy. And they were like, what? I was like, it was. I'm sorry. Everything felt grounded, and then this happened. I was like, oh, this is out of nowhere. And same thing with this movie. It just felt like, oh yeah, we're a superhero movie. We got to have a CGI battle. All right,
Absolutely.
throw it in there. And I was like, this movie could have ended. I would have been fine with the ending. What we
I think
had.
it's just one of those things where our enemies are common enemies. We gotta get together and beat the bad. Yeah, it's like I didn't think that needed to happen, but I guess they wanted to say Black Adam was not all bad. He has little glimpses of good guy in him, but he just chooses not to care.
Yeah, like I would have been better if it was less of a good guy and more of don't touch my land.
Yeah, it could have just been Just Society and Black Adam. He is the villain. I'm gonna say that's what it should have been. Bringing some back, it was like we just need somebody for Black Adam to fatality and get like and literally
not fatality.
That man split this man in half.
Split him in half.
I mean,
he split the devil in half.
Like literally. Symbolism, you know what I'm saying? Like
our Lord and Savior, Dwayne
Johnson
ripped the devil,
took him by the horns, and say, "Let this colored man rip this devil in half."
There's
like
a lot happening here.
It was. I was like, "Why?"
The conservative was mad.
I said, "You don't even need Sabak in this movie. You don't. I rarely read about Sabak in the Shazam stuff. You don't even need him in this movie." And I'm like, and then when he came in there, I was like, now you're doing more harm than good when it comes to him going into these other movies.
Yeah.
You're doing way more harm than good.
Yeah, because honestly, how do you write him into Shazam? Like, I'm like, the only thing I can see is, something happens and he's about to leave Kahndaq because that was his thing. Kahndaq is his prison now, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, all right, the only people who are strong enough to go toe-to-toe with him are Superman or Shazam. Okay, cool. I just don't...
Well, the only way I see it is if, he challenged Superman and he beat Superman ass. We already know in Shazam that Shazam was a big Superman fan. You can't just take down Superman. Man, I got powers. I'll say Superman.
But see,
then Black Adam finds out, wait, you got the same magic as the magicians? No, that's mine. Because even if he's still an anti-hero, he's still got that little tinge. Like, that switch can flip.
Yeah, it can. I mean, now what you just said is a good scenario. So we can go into the cameo of Superman, which I would have been excited as Lay's sketch was if I didn't know Superman was coming.
Honestly, and I was so relaxed in this theater. There were people cheering. I was like,
all right, no, I didn't do all of that.
I was like, y'all gotta come.
No, but if I did not know Superman was coming, I would have cheered because everybody has been asking for Henry Cavill to get another, because it wasn't everything the Man of Steel, everything Superman is not Henry Cavill's fault. That's Warner Brothers' fault. Mm-hmm. That Warner Brothers is not here anymore. We're at Warner Discovery now. They got all rid of all the people. I want to see him get a chance to do a Superman movie again. Mm-hmm. And they gave this man all this stuff, and he to me he has gotten an unfair take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I felt as though, like, okay, so now if we're doing the whole Superman maybe versus Black Adam thing, or whatever the case may be, but the problem is, I had this same problem. Shazam is not Captain Marvel, and when I say that, is I ain't talking about Carol Danvers. I'm talking about. Back in the Captain Marvel comic book days, you don't fuck with him. If Superman has any problem, it's with him. Swag will tell you, if you read Justice, if you read Kingdom Come, Superman can do anything he wants to, but when Captain Marvel came on the scene, because one thing he got over Superman is magic, and Superman is weak against magic. He will kick his ass. And then ever since the New 52 turned him into Shazam, it's like, bruh, is like, you don't understand, like, people don't really understand the power this guy got.
Well, they don't. He don't understand it because he's a child.
He's a child. I understand that, but he has to grow. He has
Is
to.
he though? Because he looked like he like 19 in that movie.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's been a while. He's grown.
Yeah,
he's older than Shazam.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But like, when it comes to like, it's now there has to be before he can like face Black Adam, or if he wants to like fight Superman. First of all, Superman don't need to get his ass kicked twice. Okay, that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Superman don't need to come back and he did in Justice League after getting his ass kicked by Doomsday and come back and get his ass kicked by Black Adam. That does not need to happen like that. Mm-mm. But if they want to do like the whole Superman Shazam Black Adam little movie that they had, the animated one, which I thought was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can do that. I don't know if that's the way they want to go. But Superman coming in there is obviously a sign like, yo, I'm gonna keep you in check. And then on top of that, why the hell does Superman respond to Amanda Waller? That's my problem right there.
Yep.
He is above her. He don't respond to Amanda Waller because there's nothing Amanda Waller has over him. Maybe it's some kryptonite that's gonna make him do that or hold somebody's houses, and he still won't even do it.
I mean, I say because honestly, that was the same thing with Captain Marvel in like Captain Marvel, the woman Captain Marvel, where they was just like, where's she been at? We can't get in touch with her because she up in space. Minding her business.
Yeah.
Nick Fury is not gonna call her on the phone and be like, "Hey, can you meet us in conference room 6B?" Like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So why would she just have Superman on speed dial to be like, "Hey, I need you to flash down the what is it, conduct?"
Yeah.
Real quick.
Because I want you to keep him in check. Superman was off. First of all, after he started killing when he first came back, Superman would have been there. Okay, all right, yo, boy, you better slow down, player. That's how that would have been.
Because he definitely wasn't listening to Hawkman.
No.
Don't kill him. All right, whatever you say. Like, all right, cool.
That's crazy. So
I don't know. We didn't get. We got. How many more of these points we got?
No, I'm saying we can finish out what other points you have in there. Cover most of them.
Because we ain't really talk about the side characters.
You such as
the what was her name? Adriana? Was that her name?
Yeah. Okay. The reason why we probably talk about that because I felt as though her story along with the child wasn't needed.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We didn't mention her at all. We just said the child.
Yeah, we definitely didn't mention Adriana.
So it was just like they just had the first guy that was in the car with him. He was obviously there as he was obviously there just to get killed.
Yeah.
But again, Jafar.
Yes.
Y'all, we got to be less predictable with our villains because it was very clear from jump. I was like, as soon as the movie started, I said, "Oh, he is a double agent. Like he's an inside job guy." Okay, cool. And then you always got had a goofy sidekick, brother, uncle, somebody. In this case, the brother. And then you got her and the kid. Mm-hmm. I feel like we could have got to the crown some other way than to have the two of them involved. Because y'all introduced it and showed it to the JSA, and then we just went off into this storyline. Could have been did that.
Mm-hmm.
Because all he did was touch her bag and he saw it. It could have been anywhere. I guess you needed somebody to let him out.
Yeah.
But after that, deuces, okay? And we didn't need the kid.
Yeah, no, we didn't need the kid. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't pay attention to the time.
It's all good.
So real quick to add the last final thoughts to the conclusion, and where do we think this is going in the future?
Again, I enjoyed it. It'll probably be like if it comes on, I'll watch it. But it's like one of those. Oh, this was cool. But again, it's a movie. Like that's all I can really. That's the most I could really give it. I was like, yeah, that was a movie, all right. But in the future, I think this is actually a better direction that DC was going. Just like how I said with Shazam. I thought Shazam was one of the best DCEU movies.
Yeah.
And I got to agree with this one. This was definitely one of the better ones they produced. Mm-hmm. If they keep going in this direction, I'm going to enjoy it. I hope they go with Justice Society versus Justice League. You know, chill off of Superman.
I swear. I would love it, but they got the balls to do that.
I think so, because it's like, bro, we already got a bad taste in our mouth of Superman and Batman. Plus, we've already had enough of all of them. Like, it's time to branch out. Just like with, because The Rock said, he was like, we're not trying to compete with Disney at all. We're trying to be our own thing. And I feel like being their own thing means they got to hit characters that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So basically doing what Marvel did.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes to step away from Marvel, you gotta be Marvel.
Yes.
Just like how Saints Row was with GTA.
Yep. Yeah. How about you, Prime? Okay.
I think he's on mute.
All right. Well, I'll just say this. I think it's going to be. I do believe that at the end of the Shazam movie, I think they were testing the waters to see how Black Adam's going to do. I do think Black Adam's going to have a cameo at the end of that movie.
Same.
Because you have to set that up.
Yeah. And I feel like they're more focused on fan scores than Rotten Tomatoes, like the critic scores.
Yeah.
Because if you got the fan side, they're gonna ride. They're the ones really.
It's gonna ride funding.
Yeah. They're the ones really funding the movies. So, I think they're in a good position right now. I think they're in a really good position. If they keep focusing on the fans, then they're good. They're good.
So what was the question?
Well, like in the future, what do you see in the future for this?
For Black Adam or Black Adam projects?
Yeah, Black Adam project, the DCEU, and things like that.
I mean, from the news that we had with James Gunn, if James Gunn's going to be working with The Rock, and I think they can do something special. I think depending on how he because The Rock can bring in big bucks like Cena. I'm not saying I'm not saying we're gonna get a Black Adam show or anything, but like I'm pretty sure we'll get something more in the DC with Black Adam because of how big The Rock star power is.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just get him and just do like 2 movies and that's it. You want to try to get him for all you can. Basically.
That's what I'm saying. If you put him at the end of Shazam 2, I do believe that it is like, oh God, we finally gonna get the meeting between Shazam and Black Adam, and then if you want to throw Superman in there to do like the animated show, I think you can do that.
Yeah, because I don't think they probably want to have Black Adam have a lot of appearances because like right now Ezra Miller has the most appearances in the DC universe right now.
That's
so I know that. Yeah, so I know they go. So I know they probably gonna want that to change. So yes, and I didn't get to answer this earlier, but unfortunately, I did not have it spoiled for me, the Superman thing. So that was better for me in the theater than other people's, which I know got spoiled.
Yeah. Oh God, I would love that so much if I didn't get spoiled. And usually,
it's like you would hear rumblings, but it wasn't like confirmed or anything.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that was our spoiler review of Black Adam. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you guys will watch my spoiler-free reviews of all that kind of stuff as well.
You gonna have everybody get a grade or no?
Sure.
My bad. I forgot about. I'll give it a hashtag. Give it a chance. It was a very basic movie.
Yeah, I give it a chance because it, like I said, the action, I want to say catch out of a barbershop, but I'm gonna say if you're gonna watch this, I will watch it with a group of people because it makes the experience better.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it.
So like, if you're watching at the barber shop, y'all all gonna go crazy together. But if you like watching it by yourself, the slow parts are gonna feel really slow. So that's all I would say.
Lady Sketch.
I would also give it a hashtag. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
If you're able to, if you're a casual fan, you'll probably like it. If you are a not so casual fan and you're able to ignore the source material, you might like it too.
Is it now? I would say, for me as a casual fan or somebody that is like just want to go in there and see the movie, if DC is a hashtag, give it a chance. As a Shazam guy, as somebody in there, that if you're gonna go in there looking for the lore and you're excited, and it's like, oh man, I want to see, how they're gonna build a Black After Shazam. Unless you don't watch it could be a catch at the barbershop for you. It could, but I still think hashtag give it a chance for it all around. And I think it's like, okay, once you try to figure out where the stuff is going, they can make better projects.
And I would say not every single DC project needs to be the exact, comic book accurate version as well. Because people do like to put their spin on it as well. I do get that.
No, okay, because I don't want to sound like a dinosaur here. I'm not saying it has to be comic book accurate. I told you, I have a certain bias going into this also.
No, I'm saying, but like, if one of the things to put your spin on, I think Black Adam would be one of the things to put a small little spin on, because like I said, it's not as known. It's like Batman. You're not going to have Batman coming into DCU with guns and killing people and doing all this. So, it's like
Zack Snyder did.
He had guns enough, and he was all right. But you know what I mean.
Murderer.
But you know what I mean. Like, if there's anything you could change some small things about Black Adam because he's not as known as others. So